And hello again. Welcome to Golf Course Rating Assistant. The second video is how you set up a course file. Everything is done on the computer, so let's get right into it. All course files consist of two files, tees and course data. When GCRA is first started, the Open Course File screen will appear. On the screen, you can select any folder and any subfolder of any folder you wish to store a new course file in. You simply enter the name of the course and click on Create New Course File, and it will automatically be then added to the list on the upper right. All course files have the word Forms added to the name. This allows only course files to be shown in the list. So here's our opening screen. And up here at the very top is a place where you can select not only windows, but you can select a disk, or probably a flash drive would be the next thing you would want to have in there. The next thing you have down here is this is a file. You select this out of your list in the directory here where you want the file, the course data to be filed. And once you have that, then down in this box, we're going to enter the name that you want this course to be named as. For instance, Wild Wing. Then I would go over to Create New Course File in the selected directory. I'd click on that, and then the Wild Wing would go up in the upper right-hand box there, the file, and it'll show you that it is there and it's all set to go. You just have to start working with it. So, setting up a course file is not that hard. Each course file can have a maximum 5 tee boxes, either men or women, and either yards or winner. Generally, we don't like to put the men and women together, but you can as long as when you rate, you make very sure that when you're entering data later on, that you select the women and the yardage is correct. Always enter the tees by length, with the longest tee, the first tee, dropping down to the shortest tee. This allows a replication. In other words, tee box number 2 could replicate either the tee box 1 or tee box 3. But you cannot replicate the third tee using the first tee. It's too far away. Also, pars, you must have the same par on the same hole for all tees. Pars can be 3, 4, 5, or 6. The minimum length that you have to have for a tee is 50 yards, and the maximum is 700. Here's what the entering the tee box data looks like, and let me explain what's going on here. This is the first tee box, and you have to enter a name here, blue, white, magnolia, whatever. Next thing you would do is you enter the par for the first hole, and then the length for the first hole. And then this would continue on by tabbing, go all the way across to the 9th, and then continue on through the 10th. Then you can click Next Tee Box to go to add a second tee box. And you can also, when you get to the second, you can go back to the previous tee box. Let's look at a completed tee and see what it looks like. Here we are. We have the white tee. We have all the pars in, all the pars for the second 9, and you'll notice that the pars are added up here, and of course the yardages are added up here and here, so you can be sure when you're writing data that you're getting everything in there correctly. So after entering all the tee data, you set up the course data. This is very instrumental. You have to have this data in there. Now, there's a lot of data on this screen, and I'll just talk about a few of them. First of all, up here at the tee box names, this is where all your tees would be listed, 1 through 5 if you got it. The base tee box there, that refers to the the tee box that's going to be the base, and you're going to replicate, perhaps in this case, gold using white. You have the rating date in there that you can select, any date including the year. Then you have the rough height. This is important to have in there, and you have a choice, warm season and cool season. So I have to be sure you know which one is which and when you select it. Next we have the Stimpmeter, and you have the normal ranges there. And then over here we have the altitude, where you can pull down this menu and enter any altitude you wish. Once you have that, this little box down here says no replication. That's very useful when you're using tablets, because you can check this box and then you can have white and gold rated at the same time on the same tablet, and it's not going to be replicated. The default green data is again used for tablets. It just allows us to start out with default width and depth, and also bunkers 0 to 1/4 and less than 3 feet deep. This allows us then to evaluate things out in the fairway, the different landing zones, even though we don't know exactly what the green target is, but we have a default green target, so you can enter that data in there. After setting up the course file, the tees and course data, you can print the rating and green data forms for all tees. And that's the last thing that you do after you set them up, because then you can print out and have them ready for the raters when you actually go to the course. So that's setting up a course file. Our next video, number 3, is why use GCRA. Be sure and take a look at that sometime. And thank you for viewing GCRA videos. We hope you'll come back soon to continue learning about GCRA, because GCRA is the rater's best friend, as the easiest way to rate a course, reduces on-course rating time, and improves the accuracy of tee box rating and slope. And remember, Windows tablets are so easy to use. So thank you very much for sticking with us, and we'll look at this video on setting up a course, and we hope we'll see you soon rather than later.